Hey, we're just here, and I got you back to a new Hey Arnold episode review. And if you missed the last one, go and check it out. And we're back with the next 3 episodes of season 4 of Hey Arnold. And yeah, we start with another good episode. And it starts with Arnold and his grandpa having some root beer floats. And when they're backing out, they accidentally back into a car, which just so happens to be Big Bob's car. And Big Bob and Arnold's grandpa decide to do a golf match to see who is going to pay for the damages. But apparently, Arnold's grandpa is getting the whole sports mixed up. He's thinking tennis, because he has a tennis racket. And yeah, Arnold's gonna have to help him. And yeah, of course, Helga having to carry the clubs for Big Bob. And yeah, Arnold and his grandpa go to buy some clubs, and of course he swings the club and knocks some stuff over. And getting this video, which yeah, he sleeps on. And trying to practice, but just not doing so well. And yeah, he eventually tries to he tries to run away, because yeah, he thinks he's gonna lose. But Arnold is telling him that even if he does lose, he still tries, right? He still has to be there to try. Yeah, just trying to convince his grandpa not to leave. And yeah, him just putting on that video to help him go to sleep. And yeah, we're at the tournament, and he hits it, and yeah, Arnold tells him that he actually did it. He's actually doing well. And yeah, continuing to do it, and yeah, Big Bob just getting angry, and Helga getting knocked out by the golf ball, and yeah, her quitting. Her letting her dad be on his own, which yeah, probably is for the best, because Big Bob just calling her Olga, and, you know, just treating her very badly. So, and again, Arnold's grandpa's still doing really well, even hitting the ball into this pie, which yeah, Arnold's having to tell him to make up something, which he ends up winning. And then, yep, they end up backing into the cars yet again. Yep, it's deja vu all over again. And just as they paid the damage, as Big Bob paid the damages, Arnold's grandpa tells him, how about a tournament on tennis. Yeah, another good episode. Then we go to the next one, which starts with Rhonda, which is another good episode, by the way. And it starts with Rhonda just showing off her new shoes, and ends up tripping, or causing Big Patty to trip. And of course, she doesn't care about Big Patty tripping. She cares more about how her new shoe is ruined. And yeah, she almost gets pounded by Big Patty, until of course Principal Warts comes, and having to inform the both of them to their parents. And yeah, Rhonda's parents are actually going to be sending her to this academy, which she is really wanting to go, because she'll have more people that are, you know, very sophisticated as her. I don't know why that word just always is hard for me to try to say. Sophisticated. But also the same thing is with Big Patty's parents as well, being sent to the academy as well, which of course Rhonda is telling her to don't get involved, don't get near her, don't get near each other. And yeah, they're being taught these different things, and Rhonda, well, her just being not very nice in her test, but Big Patty actually being really polite. And so on and so forth. You know, Rhonda just not doing well, not being respectful and kind. And Big Patty doing it by the heart and making it sound really good. And yeah, we see that Patty actually did really good. But of course, Rhonda, yeah, she's got some manner issues that is causing her to not be able to do well in the academy. And yeah, of course, she doesn't tell her parents about this because, her parents will freak out with this. And yeah, they're continuing to in the academy, and Patty is still doing really good. And yeah, Rhonda is deciding to try to be like Patty, which she begs Patty to help Rhonda. And yeah, doing so, Patty agrees to help Rhonda, and yeah, she's starting here and there. She's starting to act, all road-like, but so on and so forth. She's starting to get more better. And Arnold is wondering when did Rhonda and Patty become friends? And of course he's saying that her and Patty aren't friends. And yeah, she's doing more better in the academy. And Big Patty actually telling Rhonda actually inviting Rhonda to a sleepover at Big Patty's house, because her parents were also said that it's okay. But of course Rhonda's saying now that the finals are over, they shouldn't be hanging out anymore. Which, yeah, that's kind of not great though for Rhonda. She was doing so well, and now she's just, especially since Big Patty was this offer, right, that Big Patty did. And yeah, of course, after this speech that they did, Big Patty's not sure if she's still gonna have this sleepover, even though she did ask Rhonda. And yeah, Rhonda is just starting to get more feeling bad for Big Patty here and there, even when seeing her, and even getting tripped. And yeah, her saying that it was just an accident to these girls, and Rhonda telling them to back off and to leave Big Patty alone. And they still decide to have that sleepover that Big Patty wanted. Again, ended a really good way. And now we are back with the next episode. And it is a two-parter episode. Which, yeah, I did decide to go ahead and put this episode along with the other two. Making this a 3-episode review. Or a 3-1 review. I wanted to, or I guess 2. But, because, when there's 2 episodes, I decided to count them as a 1 episode since they're together. But you know what I'm talking about. I wanted to go ahead and put this one in as well. In this one, I was originally going to have it as its own review, but I wanted to put this one together. But yeah, it is a good 2-parter episode of Veterans Day. And Arnold and Gerald are not sure what they're going to do for Veterans Day. And Arnold's grandpa is wanting to tell them the story of how he managed to win the war that he was in single-handedly. But everybody leaves. And yeah, his dessert gets taken by Oscar, of course. And they're getting ice cream. And yeah, Arnold's grandpa and Gerald's dad decide to go on this little road trip. And doing the stories of when they were in the war. And Arnold is, of course, wanting his grandpa to tell, the actual truths when it comes to his stories, because Arnold's grandpa is known to make up some parts. Which, yeah, they are all getting ready to go, and they back into Gerald's dad's car. And yeah, we see how Arnold's grandpa was cutting potatoes and having to do dishes, and managed to fall and being sold by the colonel of his mission, having to get rid of all this old mate, this private mission, and him dozing off, with him having to make camp yeah, gets his weenie on fire as well. And yeah, him eating and being staying the night in the barn, and him having to, Gerald's dad is telling, maybe you should skip part of the story when he was about to go, when one of the daughters of this farmer's was coming over to him. He's like, maybe you should skip part of this, that part of the story, since, you know, Arnold and Gerald are there. And yeah, he cuts to when he was heading out and having to change the tire, and yeah, we see this fight that was happening, which he managed to single-handedly win, which, yeah, he did make up that part, but when he continues to tell the actual story, he was surrounded by soldiers, and yeah, they ended up having to go to this restaurant, not only for Arnold's grandpa to use the bathroom, but to have something to eat as well. And yeah, he continues the story, showing all these different boxes, and yeah, this, or one of the enemies telling him about the mate, thinking that it's old mate, but when it's good, and yeah, him tricking them, which they're all eating, and yeah, they're all sick, and they're begging Arnold's grandpa to help, but yeah, he knocks one of them out, and yeah, gets his troops to get past. And yeah, we did see Gerald's dad's story, where yeah, it's quite an interesting one as well, when he was sent to being sent in as well in the army, and accidentally shooting the colonel as well, and having to do all this paperwork and all these files. And yeah, Gerald wasn't too sure, or he always thought his dad wasn't like Arnold's grandpa was. And yeah, they're just getting some soda and talking about about Arnold and Gerald getting taken into their stories. And yeah, again, Gerald just talking about how he thought his dad was a hero, but all he really did was just do some files. And yeah, of course his dad overhears it. And yeah, they make it to all these different landmarks which they go to, even the parade. And yeah, Arnold sees the statue in honor of Private Steely Phil. He single-handedly won the battle, which, yeah, again, just showing Arnold that, of course, Arnold would have thought he was a liar, right? But no, he actually has a statue right there that in honor of Private Steely Phil. And yeah, Gerald's dad telling him sorry about how he always Gerald always thought with his dad. And then we see one of the troops that was injured and actually notices Gerald's dad, and showing that when he was calling for help because he was bleeding to death, Gerald's dad came in and actually saved him, and he was explaining it to the doctors. And yeah, they actually see his family, his kids and his wife. And just look at all of the different monuments as well. Oh, again, a really good special, I can definitely say, Veterans episode. But yeah, I'd like to know what y'all think. Let me know in the comments below. Catch you next one.